The ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel has deepened with significant implications for regional stability, particularly with concerning ties between Israel and Russia. Recent events, including Israeli airstrikes near a Russian airbase in Syria, highlight the complex web of alliances and hostilities that characterize what is increasingly becoming a hostile relationship. On Crux Decode, why is Israel targeting Russia? Is Vladimir Putin secretly plotting against Benjamin Netanyahu and thereby supporting Iran? Is Russia using Iranian drones and missiles in the Ukraine war front in return for transferring Iran nuclear technology to help it build a bomb? On the night between October 2nd and 3rd, Israeli drones targeted an ammunition depot near Russia's Kimim air base in Syria. Now, while the strikes were not explicitly aimed at the Russian base itself, they occurred in very close proximity to a Russian facility which has been pivotal for Russian military operations both inside and outside of Syria. The Russian military has been actively involved in the war in Syria since 2015 in support of the regime of Bashar al-Assad, who has of course been propped up by Iran. So both Iran and Russia's interests converge in Syria. But every time Israel has intervened in Syria through some military action or the other, it has always kept Russia informed. It has also taken care never to directly target any Russian asset in Syria, but that changed last week. Reports indicate that the target was associated with both Iranian and Hezbollah forces. That raises questions about the tacit approval by Russia for such operations using its own assets in foreign countries. The speculation was that Iran was using the Russian airbase as a conduit to send weapons to Hezbollah. The Institute for the Study of War has noted that these strikes represent a significant escalation in Israel's military actions against Iranian targets inside Syria, especially given the sensitive nature of operating so close to a Russian military facility. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that Syria and Russian air defenses both tried to intercept these Israeli missiles. That underscores the very high stakes that were involved in these operations. They were clearly not able to fully repudiate the Israeli airstrikes. So what then are the implications of these strikes on Israel-Russia ties? Historically, Israel has coordinated with Russia to try and avoid any direct confrontation in Syria. But this recent attack could signal a shift in that understanding. Analysts also suggest that the attack might indicate either a breakdown of whatever prior agreements that they had, or simply that there is a new level of Israeli assertiveness against Iranian entrenchment in Syria. The timing of these strikes coincide with the heightened tensions following Iran's ballistic missiles on Israel last week. Interestingly, these strikes were the first ever direct attack by Iran into Israel, and they were reportedly coordinated after discussions between Iranian officials and Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin, who was there in Tehran last week for an official visit. Now, this visit underscores Russia's role both as a mediator and perhaps even an active participant in what is likely emerging as a war between Israel and Iran. Iran launched hundreds of rockets at Israel on the 1st of October. This was purportedly done as retaliation for the killing of key Hezbollah figures, including its chief Hassan Nasrallah. This escalation came shortly after Russian Prime Minister Mishustin's visit to Iran. What this suggests is that Iran may have felt emboldened enough by its relationship with Russia to act more aggressively against Israel. Notably, Iran informed just a few countries, just a handful of them, one of them happened to be Russia, of this pre-planned missile strike before actually executing them. What this indicates is a level of trust or even collusion between Tehran and Moscow. Interestingly, the relationship between Iran and Russia extends beyond just mere diplomatic ties. It encompasses military cooperation as well. Iranian drones and missiles have been reported as crucial components in Russia's ongoing military campaign in Ukraine. The use of the Shahid drones by Russia exemplifies how Tehran's military technology is being integrated into a broader geopolitical conflict. Last month, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken had warned that Russia was using Iran-made Fatah missiles against Ukraine. These are the same missiles that Iran used against Israel in the missile attack that happened last week. Blinken, though, did not provide any concrete evidence to back up his claims. So this collaboration not only strengthens Iran's position in the region, it also complicates Israel's security calculus. It wants to counter both Iranian influence as well as Russian support for its adversaries. But that's not the only realm of cooperation between Tehran and Moscow. In light of these developments, there is growing speculation regarding Russia's potential provision of nuclear technology to Iran. Analysts suggest that such cooperation would enable Iran to advance its nuclear capabilities significantly, and that would raise alarm bells within Israel and in the wider region. The prospect of an Iranian nuclear bomb is particularly concerning for Israel, which views a nuclear-armed Iran as an existential threat. Russia is one of the handful countries in the world which has nuclear technology and would not balk at passing it along to Tehran. According to numerous reports, Iran may just be weeks away from enriching uranium to make it weapons grade. This speculation is also fueled by the broader context of Russia-Iran ties, which have strengthened amid shared interests against Western influence. Russia has also reportedly helped with private contractors in sheltering and shielding sensitive Iranian nuclear facilities. Russia has also reportedly provided counterintelligence information to Iran regarding direct Israeli threats to its top military generals and nuclear scientists. Should Russia provide nuclear technology or any form of nuclear assistance to Iran, it would not only escalate tensions between Israel and Iran, but it could also provoke a wider regional arms race. The intricate relationship between Russia, Iran, and Israel is characterized by shifting alliances and escalating hostilities. Recent Israeli strikes very close to this Russian airbase in Syria signal a potential turning point. At the same time, near-simultaneous Iranian missile attacks on Israel also highlight Tehran's growing boldness in taking on what is a military that is far more superior to them in Israel. So as these dynamics evolve, the implications for regional security are profound, particularly concerning nuclear proliferation and military cooperation between Iran and Russia. The situation remains fluid, with each of these actors recalibrating their strategies in response to the actions of the other. The evolving triangular dynamic between Tel Aviv, Tehran, and Moscow will be crucial for understanding how this will shape future conflicts in the Middle East.